It's the second day of the 159th New York Yacht Club annual regatta presented by ROLEX. Yesterday we completed the Round the Island race, and right here at Harbor Court last night was the trophy presentation where Jim Swartz's Vesper took home the trophy in first place for IRC. He also won a brand new ROLEX timepiece. Today we head offshore in Rhode Island Sound and join the fleet for Round the Buoys racing. We begin offshore on the White Division in a 10-knot northwesterly breeze that is expected to die. Jim Swartz's Vesper likes the right-hand end of the line as we begin with IRC, the biggest boats in the division. That was the start. Nobody too aggressive on the line, but give it to Vesper. The upper left side looks good to my eye, and all but 3 boats are heading in that direction. The Swan 42s are next on the line. A beautiful start for everybody. All clear. Jim Madden doesn't like his start aboard Stark, raving mad. They won the Round the Island race yesterday, but they're taking some sterns to get to the right. A few other boats clearing out as well, including Apparition. He's ducking Bandit, who won this regatta last year. Back on the start, the next division crosses the line about 10 seconds off the gun. Very conservative for this fleet. The next IRC division, the 4th start. 2 groups, a few down at the pin, nobody in the middle, and 4 of them fighting here for the committee boat end. Tumbleweed probably not happy with the tussle against Wings, who won the boat end. And finally, the last class to start are the J111s. Upwind, this is a tricky beat because the angle is to the right, but the pressure is to the left. And with that angle, it's no surprise the entire Swan 42 fleet is on port downwind. Phil Lotz's Arethusa is out in front of this fleet, but with boats like Daring and Bandit behind, it's going to be a tough race. And with the biggest sails and the longest waterline, Ramble rambles right by the rest of the fleet. Rambler finished 3rd in yesterday's Round the Island race. This boat, Jim Swartz's Vesper, won overall.
It was a classic New York Yacht Club Round the Island race. It's always a little bit of drama. We broke our bang with 10 minutes to start. We got that fixed. And the breeze was up. It was a beautiful day to be on the water. The crew's flawless and the boat's fast. Yeah, it's a really fun boat to sail. It goes upwind beautifully, flies downwind. I love asymmetric sailing. It's just been a great boat for me. So we're in our 3rd season now, so it's terrific.
IRC 4 at the top mark. Mike Bruno's Wings is out in front, and in right-hand shift, the fleet's looking to jibe early. An early set and jibe at the offset for the lead boat in the J111 class, Martin Roche's Velocity from Ellicott City, Maryland. The breeze continues to tick to the right, advantaging those to that side, including Arethusa, still out in front in the Swan 42. The other fleets have picked up on this shift as well. tough part for competitors like Steve Murray on decision is when to tack to port. At the leeward gates, looking upwind, it seems the teams like the right-hand side. It's still right angle left pressure, so you head this way and pick a time to tack on starboard. However, halfway up the beat, the breeze starts to fill in more from the right. Everybody's headed that way, except of course Orion in bad air with a boat on their breeze. They'll tack to clear. The breeze is getting very shifty. Now it's back to the left and it's dying as Arethusa leads the Swan 42s to the finish. There it is. Phil Lotz won the Invitational Cup in '09. He finished second in this regatta last year. He starts today with a bullet. It's no surprise that Rambler will take line honors in IRC1. Now the crew has their eyes on their watches to see if they'll win on corrected time. Behind them, just look how close the finish is in the Swan 42s. The race committee is going to have to be on their toes as boats come piling in at the pin. Well, the northerly finally died out, and after a long delay, the southwesterly sea breeze has filled in. We've moved to the other course for the start of race 2 in the far 40s. And as you can see, a couple of them are not quite going to be happy with a committee boat end start. Flash Gordon's going to make it in there, but late. Here we go. It's local sailor and former world champion Jim Richardson's Barking Mad leading the division. As the sea breeze is filling in, it's ticking right a little bit. A crowded committee boat end is the result for the start of Class 2. But it's no secret this committee boat end is favored. All the J105s are getting piled up above it. Half the fleet stuck up above it. Kestrel wins the start. Thirteen Etchels, and all of them, as no surprise, at the committee boat end as well. The final start is underway. Oh, not before someone was over. The entire fleet tacks to port and heads right. The Etchels can see what the breeze is doing with the far 40s. A big right-hand shift has all of them on port. Monaco's Charisma out in front. New York Yacht Club's own Reeves pots aboard Carina. He sailed the boat all over the world, and here he's sailing out in front of Class 2. Sean and Susan Doyle lead the J105s here at the top mark aboard Kestrel. A competitive and crowded top mark rounding for the Etchels give the lead to Scimitar just barely as they get the spinnakers up. Downwind to the finish in the far 40s, it's Monaco versus Italy. Charisma leads and Font Terribly. Into the finish, it was a close fight. Both of these teams did 6 jibes before Charisma bests and Font Terribly by 2 boat lengths. And so as day number 2 winds down, the New York Yacht Club here prepares for the annual dinner tonight, seating over 800 people. And it is as much a tradition as the racing itself. Tomorrow it's back to business as we conclude 159th New York Yacht Club Annual Regatta presented by Rolex. I'm Tucker Thompson. We'll see you then.